Welcome to the third episode of my FG Sportsline two-wheel drive dragster muscle car. That's a whole lot of words, but that's actually what this is. The chassis is a FG Sportsline two-wheel drive chassis. Came with a Mercedes body. I tossed up on the side because I want to have a true 70s American muscle car. I have this Dodge Challenger body. I put in a diecast V8 engine. If you're interested in how to do that, I made two tiny videos on how to accomplish that. The engine was really cheap. It's not a functioning engine because I will be putting in a more conventional two-stroke engine in the end. One that has a bit more power than the standard one. This one is just for looks. Cost me between $30 and $40. I have put some links in the description boxes of the other videos, so if you want to get one and if you want to mount it to your FG car, you can just go ahead, check those videos, check those links and get your own. This week will be all about making a wheelie bar. I just checked the frame. I know you can't see it, but there's actually a wheelie bar in the back of the car right now. It's made on a budget, so it doesn't break the bank. It's all really cheap parts, stuff that I had laying around. All spares from my Axial SCX10. I will put some links in the description box below, so if you want to make your own wheelie bar on a budget, whether it is for an FG Sportsline car or for any other car, you can just take those parts numbers and order those parts in your local hobby store or online. I'm also going to explain how to make your own rear tires. I want to have rear tires that are slightly bigger in diameter than the stock wheels, and yeah, let's see how this goes. I left the body on here for a bit just to show you how the wheelie bar actually centers up with the centerline of the bodywork. It looks fairly low right now. That's because I got no rear tires on. I got no front tires on, so it's almost touching the floor or the asphalt if you would run it. What I'll do right now, take the body off, show you what's underneath. Now you have a full view on the wheelie bar, the way I constructed it. This wasn't a lot of work to make, it was a lot of work to figure it out, but since I figured it out for you already, you should be able to do this in, I think, less than an hour. I'll focus on the back first, zoom in the camera, after that I'll focus on the front and I'll walk you through it. Well, this is the back of the wheelie bar. This is actually, I think it is a winch block from my Axial SCX10. Since I don't have a winch, I had no use for this, so this was just laying around in my spare parts box. I will quickly take off these two nuts that hold the whole construction into place. I haven't Loctited these on yet, which I will do eventually. Just use some long thread in here, as I did in all of these bars. This is M4. The tubing that I used is a 6mm aluminium tubing. It's really simple to cut. Just put a grinding wheel on your Dremel, put a block of wood or something underneath, and you can just cut the length that you need. This, I just piled these up against each other, determined the length, and cut it accordingly. The winch block, of course, doesn't do much as a wheel for the wheelie bar, but it looks cool, and this is more about looks than about functionality. If I do want it to function, it's a matter of grinding the block down a bit to get that wheel a bit more exposed, and then it will actually do the trick. The FG Sportsline chassis, they have two holes in the rear of the chassis. I have no idea what they're for. Most likely they're for like a rear bumper or something of that sort. What I use them for, I just put an M3 screw through there. You can hear the shell falling over there. I put an M3 screw through there with a lock nut on the other end, and I put a ball joint on that bolt to keep it into place. Did that on both ends, and I used, this is all all rod ends that come from one particular parts tree. I will put the number in the description box below. It's made by Axial. It's originally for my Axial SCX10, and I managed to put it on here, and works really well. Now on the top here, in the back of your rear shock tower, there is a hole. And I use that hole on the same part tree that you find these rod ends on. There's also
It's like a body post. There's a few slots in there, and what I did, I just took that one off. I drilled a hole across right over here so I could push an M3 bolt through, and I just positioned it in that hole using 2 body clips to keep it in place. If you add some more holes, you can even make an adjustable height system for your wheelie bar if you choose to do so. And on this bolt that goes through left to right, you will find another set of pivot balls that connect to the rod ends that again go to the back of the wheelie bar. That way, well, it basically takes 8 rod ends, a few lengths of M4 threaded rod, and a few 6mm aluminium tubes to make your own wheelie bar. Okay, for these classic type of rims you can get some slicks. I put those on. They work perfectly fine, but they don't really do the trick on me going for a certain type of look on this vehicle. So I want something different. I want something that brings the back of the car up a tiny bit, give it that true pro street dragster type of look. So I found these. You can tell they're way larger in diameter. Not way larger, but they're large enough to do the trick. These are actually used on 5th scale Formula 1 cars. They're quite affordable. They look like they're full rubber tires, and like this is the rim section. It's actually not the case. This whole part all the way up to, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, otherwise I'll zoom in on it later on. This whole bit over here is actually the rim, and you have a low profile tire sitting around it. It's almost like the tire system that Dragster uses on their funny car, and also on their I believe it's the X01. It uses a similar tire system. So it's a full plastic rim with a low profile tire around it. I will be modifying these and making them fit on these rims, and I will explain you how to do that. Okay, I want to have really big drag racing type of tires for the rear, and I couldn't find anything, so I ended up getting these rims. These rims are originally intended for 5th scale Formula 1 cars. They're a bit similar to what Dragster uses on the X01 and also on the Dragster's funny car. So it is a large rim with a low profile tire around it, and they make it look like it is one big tire, which when you turn it around you see that it's not. I figured once I tested this, the inner diameter is so close to the outer diameter of the rim that with some modifying, with some alterations, I should be able to fit this to the classic style Centerline rim that I want to use for the car. But in order to do that, I need to, well, first of all I need to figure out how to center my drill. This hole over here is so big that when I use this drill, it will be with the center bit, it will be all over the place. So that doesn't quite work. So what I do first, before I put this big one on there, what I do first is cut a piece of wood using this smaller piece, and then I will put that in the center. That way I at least have something to guide my drill. And after that I will cut out that whole center part. You can see that I've already done one. Once I've done that, after cutting away some of the webbing on the inside of the rim to make it a bit smoother and to make sure that that Centerline rim will actually fit, it will come together like this. And then I figure with some epoxy or I don't know, maybe some glue of some kind, I will be able to put these two together and it will perform the way I want to. I will put this on the car, put the shell on, and show you what it looks like. If you like HemiStorm products on Facebook, you have already seen pictures of the car in this state. My Facebook page is always a bit
ahead of what I'm doing on YouTube. Basically, when I do something, I tend to take pictures, post it on Facebook. So if you want to keep completely up to date, make sure to join on Facebook. Page's name is HemiStorm Products. I would really appreciate it to see you over there. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. If you like the videos, if you do like the videos, give them a thumbs up. Pass it on to a friend. Leave me a comment in the box below. Try to get back to as many people as possible if there are any questions. This is pretty much sorted. The stance is right. The wheelie bar looks okay. I'm waiting for my electronics and some other bits and bobs to come in. And depending on how quick the people at the post office are, I might be able to go ahead with those parts, or I will be putting on some paint. Take care and see you around.